Well, how do we take off with this? First of all, it's a beautiful, bright, sunshiny day here. But my friend Vicky gave me this necklace um, uh, for taking care of her cat. And on it, it says, friends are like stars. You can't always see them, but they're always there. And the same thing is true for our father son. It's always there, always supporting us, providing that energy that makes the plants grow and therefore makes us grow and keeps us warm and keeps us in our place in the in the galaxy, in the universe. And so it reminded me of my favorite form of meditation, which is Native American sweat lodge ceremony. And in lodge, we recognize um, four basic directions: east, south, west, and north. And then we return to the east. But the east is symbolized by the sun, father, son, where all things begin, where life begins, and where we can gain inspiration. So that is the direction that the prayers start in, and then they progress around to the different positions on the compass. But a bright beginning, when we go into prayer or meditation, which for me are synonymous, because I believe that every prayer is a meditation and every meditation is a prayer. So we begin in the east, and when we empty our minds, we are open to inspiration. And so as we settle in our chairs, we can open our meditation with a simple prayer of opening to inspiration, opening to that new birth, where every day can be a new birth, symbolized by the rising of the sun. And a birth can be the birth of an idea. It can be the birth of a new project. It can be the birth of a new way of life. It can be the birth of a new way of thinking or of being. Openness, willingness, hopefulness, healthfulness, helpfulness, caring, sharing. These are all ideas that come to mind during this time where we are sheltering in place, where we are connecting with our families, we are connecting with our spiritual families, and we're connecting most of all with ourselves and that oneness that we are with all beings, with all of creation. And so knowing this time together provides the space for a birth in whatever form it takes for each of us. birth to be celebrated, new opportunities. And so now I'll move into our spiritual reading for today, which I'm taking from the book that I'm currently reading, When Things Fall Apart, by Pema Chodron, which is about meditation for the most part. On page 26, she says, the most difficult times for many of us are the ones we give ourselves. It's never too late or too early to practice loving kindness. It's as if we had a terminal disease but might live for quite a while. Not knowing how much time we have left, we might begin to think it was important to make friends with ourselves and others in the remaining hours, months, or years. It is said that we can't attain enlightenment, let alone feel contentment and joy, without seeing who we are and what we do, without seeing our patterns and our habits. This is called Maitri, developing loving kindness and an unconditional friendship with ourselves. People sometimes confuse this process with self-improvement or building themselves up. We can get so caught up in being good to ourselves that we don't pay any attention at all to the impact that we're having on others. We might erroneously believe that Maitri is a way to find happiness that lasts, as advertisements so seductively promise. We could feel great for the rest of our lives. It's not that we pat ourselves on the back and say, "You're the greatest," or "Don't worry, sweetheart, everything is going to be fine." Rather, it's a process by which self-deception becomes so skillfully and compassionately exposed that there's no mask that can hide us anymore. What makes Maitri such a different approach is that we are not trying to solve a problem. We're not striving to make pain go away or become a better person. In fact, we are giving up control altogether and letting concepts and ideals fall apart. This starts with realizing that whatever occurs is neither the beginning nor the end. It is just the same kind of normal human experiencing that's happening to everyday people from the beginning of time. Thoughts, emotions, moods, and memories come and they go, and the basic nowness is always here. It's never too late for any of us to look at our minds. We can always sit down and allow the space for anything to arise. Sometimes we have a shocking experience of ourselves. Sometimes we try to hide. Sometimes we have a surprising experience of ourselves. Often we get carried away. Without judging, without buying into likes and dislikes, we can always encourage ourselves just to be here again and again and again. And so now moving into prayer, knowing that every time we sit in prayer or meditation, in whatever form, we can be in the now. Whatever distractions we have, whatever thoughts come up, whatever comes into our realm, all we need to do is simply come back to our breath and come back to our time of thinking. And let whatever comes up, come up. And so it is. One moment to let those monsters out. And so, in great gratitude for our time together today, knowing that it is all good, knowing that all things are in divine right order, I just bless the time that we have spent together today. And in great gratitude together we say, and so it is. Shall we take some time for sharing?
Can we just sit quietly and meditate for a minute?
Yeah, because Shirley, we have until 5 minutes to 9 to meditate.
Let's do that. Let's
And then we have time to share at 5 to 9.
let's do that.
Okay. All righty.
May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy.
Love
Thank
that.
you, Shirley.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Really
The birds
I love
singing,
it.
the birds here singing through the meditation.